Human beings experience the world through sensory perceptions. But which world do we really experience? Is it the real world? Well, that's what people believe. Or is it a virtual reality world? To find out, we would have to scrutinize our sensory perceptions that constitute our experience of the world. Human beings experience over 24 different types of senses, for example, sight, sound, touch, taste, smell, pain, hunger, thirst, etc., etc. The 5 senses that we are routinely taught about in school are but of only one category of senses called the worldly sensory perception. Additionally, we have the categories of bodily sensory perception and spiritual sensory perception, which we won't go into here. The basic principles underlying various sensory perception systems are similar. A close examination of any one of the sensory perception systems will provide us the necessary understanding of how and what it is we experience. For example, let's scrutinize sight, also known as vision perception. What do human beings see in vision perception? Is it the real world? Let's find out. In the illustration shown here, we see a person, the subject, and a real thing such as a ball, the object, some distance away from the subject. Now, is the subject able to see the object? Oops! You may have noticed that the subject's eyes are missing in the illustration, and you may very well think that the subject cannot see without eyes. Well then, let's provide the subject with eyes. There. Now would the subject be able to see the object? No. Why not? Because the object and the subject are not one. They are but separate entities existing in space-time. So what, you may ask? Well, this is a very important point, but it is also intellectually a very subtle and deep issue that we are better off addressing later. For now, let's just consider what is obvious to most people, simply that the human vision system requires real light, the electromagnetic field radiation, to mediate data from the object to the subject's eyes. So in the illustration, let's show real light projecting from the object into the subject's eyes. There. Now, does the subject see the object? No. Why not? Because eyes don't see. An eye is basically a camera. And as we know, a camera doesn't see. Well then, how do we see? People used to think that we saw the world with eyes, but as eyes don't see, it raises the question, which organ of our body sees? And sees what?